The man known to the history John Adams was born on October 30, 1735, in the small town of Braintree, Massachusetts. A child was born who would grow up to become one of the most influential figures in American history. John Adams, the eldest of 3 sons, was destined for greatness, though the path he would walk was anything but easy. From his earliest days, Adams was surrounded by the virtues of hard work, faith, and a deep respect for the land, a foundation that would shape his character and his future. His father, John Adams Sr., was a farmer and a deacon, a man of modest means but immense integrity. He instilled in young John the importance of education, understanding that knowledge was the key to both personal and civic virtue. This belief would become the cornerstone of Adams' life, driving him to excel in his studies and later, to become a staunch advocate for the education of all citizens in the new republic. In 1751, at the age of 16, John Adams entered Harvard College, one of the most prestigious institutions in the colonies. Here, he was exposed to the great thinkers of the Enlightenment, Locke, Montesquieu, and Cicero, whose ideas would profoundly influence his views on government and society. But Adams was not content with merely absorbing knowledge. He was driven to challenge it, to question the established norms, and to seek out his own understanding of truth and justice. After graduating from Harvard in 1755, Adams initially pursued a career in teaching, but his passion for the law soon led him to abandon the classroom for the courtroom. Under the mentorship of prominent lawyer James Putnam, Adams honed his skills, developing a reputation for his sharp intellect and his unwavering commitment to justice. It was during this time that Adams began to form his political philosophy, one grounded in the belief that the rule of law was the bedrock of a free society. As tensions between the American colonies and the British Crown escalated in the 1760s, Adams found himself drawn into the political fray. The passage of the Stamp Act in 1765, which imposed direct taxes on the colonies without their consent, was a turning point. To Adams, this was not just an economic issue, but a fundamental violation of the colonists' rights as Englishmen. He spoke out vehemently against the act, arguing that taxation without representation was tyranny. Adams' eloquence and legal acumen quickly earned him a place among the leading voices of the resistance. But his most controversial act came in 1770, following the Boston Massacre. When British soldiers fired into a crowd of colonists, killing 5, the city erupted in outrage. Many called for the soldiers to be hanged without trial, but Adams, true to his principles, agreed to defend them in court. It was a decision that would test his commitment to justice and risk his reputation. Adams' defense of the soldiers was not an act of loyalty to the crown, but a profound statement of his belief in the rule of law. He argued that the soldiers had acted in self-defense and that justice required a fair trial, even for those who were seen as the enemy. Despite the public's outrage, Adams secured acquittals for most of the soldiers, a testament to his courage and his dedication to the principles of fairness and due process. With the colonies on the brink of rebellion, Adams was chosen to represent Massachusetts at the First Continental Congress in 1774. Here, amidst the clamor for independence, Adams emerged as a leading voice for freedom. He was not a man of grand rhetoric, but his arguments were powerful, grounded in reason and a deep understanding of history. He saw the struggle with Britain not just as a fight for independence, but as a moral battle for the rights of all men.